good afternoon. I hope you all are going to have an excellent lunch, and we want to provide you with your training today on Principal Investigator Site GCP Compliance and Performance. What it really takes to be GCP compliant. My name is Liz Wool. I'm Global Head of Training here at Barnett, and I am your instructor today. And I do come to you today with 37 years in the healthcare industry, with 26 years in clinical research, working in the full cycle of our stakeholders. I've been a research nurse at Johns Hopkins Hospital. I've been a CRA. I've been a study manager. I've worked in GCP and vendor compliance training and instructional design. I have a passion for training and equipping our teams and all of our clients for professionalism, training, and qualifications by being an invited thought leader speaker for the NIH Consortium on Beyond Basic GCP Training. I have a passion for training. I've been an award-winning guest editor with the Association of Clinical Research Professionals Journal a few years ago, and I am a certified CRA, and I also hold certifications in the training scheme of our business regarding instructional design, a training manager, as well as being a certified trainer with the European region as well. And what I would like to do now is to share with you the agenda for today's webinar. We're going to review our learning objectives. We're going to talk about what is quality and a quality management system at a very high level, an introductory overview. For some of you, this might be a reiteration of knowledge that you have. Going to look at the other key principle for clinical trial execution, and that is the foundational principles from the undergirding the foundation of healthcare delivery for clinical trial participants. We're going to review the FDA's expectations of PI responsibilities by looking at a series of their documents that are published, as well as journal publications of theirs as well. We're going to review the objectives, and then we're going to then open it up for questions. But of course, we also have what we always have in our Barnett courses are some periodic knowledge checks to ensure that some of the key concepts and principles that we're discussing today have been clearly explained by myself. Our learning objectives are to understand that clinical trial execution requirements in 2016 is more than being compliant. It is about the prospective cycle of quality. We will distinguish attributes of patient care, healthcare standards for both clinical care and scope of practice for the healthcare practitioners that apply to the execution of clinical trials. And I'm going to also translate regulatory agency expectations regarding the clinical investigator's supervision, oversight, and control of their clinical trial for you today. Quality and quality management system. We want to always be sure that we understand what is quality. Oftentimes in the industry, when we're working with people or teams or projects, we know what doesn't look right, isn't good enough. But we need to come in and say, what is the definition for quality? So every organization is now in this quest to define quality of something that can be determined by comparing a set of inherent characteristics with a set of requirements. And this definition comes from ISO 9000, which is benchmarked to a number of FDA publications and other regulatory agency publications in the industry, which translated means the work that is performed and delivered is to the requisite reference standards. So let me give you an example of this. In the regulations, they have specific requirements of what needs to be in the site's informed consent form, right? The title of the protocol, what happens at the visits, correct? Opportunity for consideration from an informed consent process perspective, the right to withdraw, the fact that clinical research is voluntary. These are all key requirements. These are standards in the regulations. When we obtain and review the informed consent document from the sites at study startup, don't we compare that document to all of those requirements in the regulations? And if all of those requirements are there, we say, this is good, we can approve it, we're good to go. That's what we mean by quality. That's what we mean by those requirements or the regulations. The characteristics is whatever you're reviewing or checking in regards to that requisite requirement. It's very fascinating because if all characteristics, if that document has all the requirements, it's high or excellent quality. But if it doesn't have everything in it, do we actually label it as poor quality, low or poor quality? Other industries do. Our industry does not necessarily label it that way, although we might have an impression on that. But we always look at things to say, we need to do better, we need to fix this. So I want to make sure, do you as an organization, for your job functions, the work that is performed, the documents you prepare, do you have a set of reference standards that everybody goes by to ensure consistent quality?